Alright. Almost done with just finishing up. We pretty much played every game that's actually good on the PS Plus catalog. Um, Tomorrow is the last day, so today I'm just trying to play all the games I want to play before I call it a day. There's probably no way I'm not going to be very busy tomorrow, so I got my free games worth, so playing a lot of different games. Freaking this whole set probably costs $200. I've been to the Lego store in Minnesota at the Mall of America, and my God, I've never seen such expensive things in my life. Just because they're made out of bricks, they have to cost more money than the actual item. Crazy. But you could just 3D print all of that stuff. Title. Off. No. Oh, they have the song. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you do it with a team. Everything is awesome. So it's my dream. I do really like that you can play like every PS4 game on here. Pretty good. Interesting. I wonder if they do it through emulation, or is it just the same code base? I know these consoles have been jailbroken. I just don't know like all the stuff.
We're here to destroy you. Huh?
Oh, good. Are they supposed to be like healing or something?
That things would ever be good again. We scavenged what we could, while we defended what remained. We call it
This is Mars,
Apocalypseburg, and it is a heckish place to live. Show weakness, and you'll be eaten alive. This new life has toughened us all. Well, toughened most of us. Emmett wasn't about to let the near total destruction of the city ruin his morning routine. After his usual coffee, he decided to come looking for me.
The Lego games are pretty iconic. Let's say Lego Star Wars.
Be on the lookout for people in need of help.
Game.
You never know, you might even get some
It was
sweet
like
reward.
the big thing before Battlefront. Like I remember playing that on the Wii and the DS too. With all these like Lego games, you have like all these crazy puzzles. Back then as a kid, I was like all terrible with it. So I'd be so bored. Like I would just play it and I'd give up. Like, I was like,
So first things
it's like because whenever you're having to constantly look for a YouTube tutorial for the game, I feel like you just at that point it's not enjoyable to play the game at all. I don't know. I'd rather for complicated games like GTA 5, for example. In that game, I never had to look up an online tutorial for. But not the case. Not the same case with. Not the same case with some of these other things. crazy now though. Like, you know, on PC you can play all these games for free. Like back then,
You
like,
found a relic.
it's
These
honestly
contain
impressed
some
how
of the most
good PC
valuable
gaming is
treasures in
now.
all of the galaxy.
Like
I
Epic Games, like
wonder
I've
what's
gotten majority of my
inside.
free games from them. I barely pay money on PC, and I have like a bigger library of games than on even console, and even my Xbox combined. That's the craziest part. That's why I don't buy the PlayStation Plus thing, because all those games I have for free on PC, like for free. It's like, what is the point for me to spend this money if I already have these games? So,
Yay! Okay. So,
toxic.
Awesome! You got your builder page. You can use it to build cool new things. Sweet! You can build your own micromanager with your builder page.
So Nintendo Switch, people are overly hyped with the Nintendo Switch 2. You know, after some thinking, with all that, you know, it's console. Yeah, it's gonna play Cyberpunk. You gotta remember, you know, eventually all those games will be available to play on PC. So, patience. Because Nintendo, it doesn't matter what console it is, Nintendo has shitty security. Like console security. Like eventually, what will end up happening is somebody will jailbreak because Nintendo has made their consoles shittier and more costly. They're gonna really throw a monkey's wrench when Nintendo could try to control it. You know, PlayStation. You know when they try to kill other OS. When Nintendo try to kill other OS.
Just then, we spotted
Then
something really
the
weird falling out of the
Anonymous and all
sky.
these hacking
Whatever it
groups
was,
had
we
a
had to
motive to hack the
investigate.
PS3.
Hopefully,
That's
Batman
it
will be
was a
able to
key
help us.
factor when they actually decided to do it. The same thing will be the case with the Switch, but it's not like Nintendo will probably end up taking away a feature or something or pissing people off. Basically, the idea is here if you piss your fan base off enough, and you try to be the biggest ultimate corporation and try to screw everybody over, your fan base is gonna screw you. And there's a portion of fan base that ain't pretty. They don't do things legally. So you gotta look out, you know.
Oh, hey, it's
Like I really think that
So, you
because
got your first
Nintendo
new
has
outfit, huh? Looks like a good one to
done a lot of
me.
anti-consumer practices, made everything a pricier, I think it's gonna create a huge motive for people to even jailbreak and hack their consoles. Because the thing is, it's a super unaffordable console. Really unaffordable. Really expensive, honestly. $80 for a video game? It's expensive. It's keep this in perspective. I got a purifier in my room that is gonna last me for a year for a physical purifier in my room for $80. I sold my laptop for $120. And if freaking retail games are for $80? It doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars. Nintendo is gonna get backlash. You know, they already scalping the shit out of the Switch 2, and you know, people are always gonna buy the new Nintendo and all its games. But yeah, I'm telling you, this hacking groups are gonna come around that shit, and they're gonna make it free for everybody. Just wait for it. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is a shitty deal for $500. You know, I don't think it's okay. You also gotta consider tax. Okay, you know that's $50 more than even my PlayStation 5. So the PlayStation 5's bundle costing me $450 or $430, and they're trying to charge $550 with the fucking game, bro. And I got a Fortnite bundle, bro. You know people's internet per month is $80 fucking dollars, bro. You can get 1 gigabit internet, fucking $80. Crazy. Honestly, I think if this is the new industry standard, since now Xbox is doing it, Nintendo's doing it, and since Sony will do it, I'm honestly it's fucked. Because look, if you get so much money, why the fuck would you want to do console gaming? PC gaming is literally more affordable. You get a bunch of free shit, you get more flexibility, you get every kind of platform on your computer. And eventually GTA 6 will be on PC.
Is that you, Lucy? So, did you figure out where...
So, just my 2 cents.
Oh, cool. You should be able to use these to discover new builds.
So yeah, not a fan of the Switch 2, that is for sure. Look, I'm not saying Nintendo is a shitty company, but you know they used to make good shit. Like they used to, like the Wii era. Like for example, you know Reggie, the guy who did Nintendo. Like he's the president of U.S. Nintendo. That guy is the reason why Wii Sports Resort was Wii Sports was bundled with the Wii. It was the most popular game on the Wii, and it was like the biggest demo product for Nintendo. It created so much success for Nintendo. I just don't, and then he got so much shit for it, bro, by Nintendo corporate. Like, man, it's like I don't get the fucking Japanese, man. Why? You know, nobody's gonna pay for a demo. I don't care what you think the demo's worth, this and that, bro. But if you're trying to showcase what the fucking console can do, and all these little features you advertised, why the fuck are you trying to paywall the demo, bro? It's gonna piss people off. People are gonna torrent the shit out of your console. And you know what? What Packers do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, honestly, it ain't fucking good for anybody if these guys get away with it. They're the reason why, you know, gaming is gonna be more expensive, more inaccessible to people, and they're gonna get more money. It's not like they're losing revenue. Like the Switch 1 was a fucking cash cow. Okay, that's what made them succeed after the Wii U. And they're sitting here trying to rationalize in their brain because of tariffs, because of supply chain issues that somehow, even though we're not directly impacted, we're not fucking producing a goddamn car. No, we have to fucking increase the price of everything, bro. You know, get perspective. I really hope people vote with their wallets and don't fucking look. Better to buy a PlayStation right now because honestly, a PlayStation. Literally, you could fucking Xbox raised up $80 more, and fucking why would Xbox want to do that shit? Why would anybody want to spend $370 for the Xbox Series S that only has 365 gigs once you fucking... Bro, what world do we live in? That gaming has become more and more inaccessible. You know, Microsoft claimed, oh, the reason why we have the Series S is for budget gamers. Well, then why the fuck is it so expensive? It's literally, if I am today buying an Xbox, it's a shitty idea. You gotta consider, you have to buy batteries, you have to like get a headset in order to talk to people. With the PlayStation, people talk shit about the audio quality, especially during my streams like this. This is free. I didn't pay for this. It's part of the console, and it's a hell of a convenience. Very convenient. And I have triple the storage that I had back when I had a Series S. And I was always an Xbox fanboy. Always. And people say Xbox is better. People say PlayStation better. I'll tell you what's better. PC. You know, you take all that money that you're trying to pay overpriced games. Fucking get Gmod. Go get free games from the Epic Game Store. Buy game keys. Go, or if you're a console gamer, go to get a PlayStation 5. Or find a used PS4. And just get Best Buy games and just buy a game every month. That's cheap. Gaming shouldn't be, in my opinion, gaming shouldn't be so fucking inaccessible. Because look, you know, people have less money to spend. And people have less shit to do. Like, there's already a lot of shit going around. And the fact that they're just trying to do this for pure profit is just disgusting. You know, I would love to have bought this kind of Switch 2 for my cousins. But because how shitty of a deal it is, I don't even feel comfortable with getting that for them. Because guess what? If I get that kind of thing, they're going to want all these games. It's like 80, 90 bucks. And they don't got money like coming out of their ass like that. I don't want to make their parents pay for all that shit. What I'd rather do is hack a Nintendo Switch original and then give that with all the games on it for them. That's what I'd rather do. I'd rather fucking get a mod chip, solder it to the console, and have all the fucking homebrew on there. That's what I would rather do than just a Switch 2. Because at least they won't kill their parents' bank account. And you know, kids these days already fucking are buying shark cards and not shark cards, yeah, shark cards too. Fortnite credit or whatever, V-Bucks or Roblox currency. Like, there's already all these kids games that are becoming microtransactions, and even though they're free, they make more money on the microtransactions and luring kids into lottery-style games and fucking it over for everybody. Like, their whole, like, Fortnite, I don't even fucking care. These Fortnite people, they think, oh, we're the good guys because we want to go to the App Store and this and that. But the reality is, they just want money. They don't give a fuck. They do it. That's why I don't care. In my opinion, Fortnite's shit. I'm not saying Fortnite's bad because it's Fortnite. I love the creations on Fortnite. That's one of my favorite things. But when you have so many microtransactions and everything's overly expensive and it's geared towards kids, I'm not a fan of it. I don't care what game it is. You know, parents shouldn't be having to spend almost their life savings on some stupid mobile game, fucking Sonic Dash, microtransactions. Like, there's stories like this happen all the time where, you know, kids are getting pulled into these shitty online games and shitty mobile games, and they're fucking overpaying shit. You know, back when I was a kid, you know, I was playing the Wii, and I was enjoying my time. I didn't have to worry about microtransactions. I didn't have to worry about the shitty online internet or toxicity. I didn't have to worry shit. Honestly, being a gamer in today's world is worse than back then. I really mean that. I mean, aside from Grand Theft Auto, I really don't see much innovation. I really don't. And I like gaming. I sound like a degenerate. I play so many different games. I play Mario Kart Wii online. I play fucking every PlayStation game. I play every Xbox game. I played everything. I played GTA for fucking 4 or 5 years. But the thing is, it just feels like many of these games don't innovate. It just feels a bit dead. I don't know, it feels a bit dry. I like the creativity, you know. All the focus is on the graphics and all this stuff, but like not the story, not these other elements that are super important. Like for example, Mario Galaxy. That was a fucking solid hell of a game. You know, I really missed that game. That was a hell of a good game. I'm really glad I grew up with that. But kids nowadays don't even know what that shit is because they're barged in other shitty market. It's not even their fault. You know, they're society today in you know, internet culture, kids nowadays, you know, they're just kind of, they all are almost saying the same shit. Like, I've seen it. Like, they all just say the same shit, like Skibbity Toilet, Rizzler, Thingamajig, Scat, and they all fucking doom scroll. Like, I'll tell you, as much as I'm trash talking, doom scrolling, I don't doom scroll. I don't have TikTok. I don't even post on TikTok. I had a friend of mine, past friend, that told me to post on TikTok, and I quit it because I just didn't like it. I also didn't get views either. Wasting my time. But like, that's the reality though. Everybody's scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels. So I try to ignore scrolling as much as I can. Like, even on my YouTube application, I have a modded APK. I'm using like some modded client YouTube that is able to cut out all the ads and also the shorts. I don't like it. I don't like shorts at all. I think shorts were a bad direction. It makes people's attention spans worse. And that's why I don't indulge in it myself. I mean, as much as I do make reels, it's a creative effort for me, but I'm not indulging in it as a choice. But a lot of kids nowadays are doing that, and it's just fucking up with their, you know, with their attention. They can't sit. I mean, I'm not. In some ways, I've gotten worse because of this whole culture shift and technology. It just, you know, I vow for the old days, I would say. Before AI is going to take over all the jobs and, you know, make things worse for everybody, harder. Because, you know, people, even interviewing people, there's AIs. People are getting more and more objective because people are using that to plagiarize or to, like, complete an interview. And people are literally paying software to just answer interview questions on the spot. And some people are even paying, there's a company that's trying to make a software that interviews people. And it's just every day I hear something about AI replacing somebody else, a skilled worker. You know, somebody who spent all their time and effort in a career, and it's just done. You know, it's sad. I think it's a worse time today than ever to really, you know, pursue something like a job or something, because everything's being automated by AI, and everything's being shifted so quickly. You know, and Sam Altman doesn't give a fuck. All he cares about is really just money. That's the end of the day. His software could be the biggest, even if kids are using it improperly, or, you know, in colleges. But it's at the detriment of everybody else. And that's what a lot of AI is being used for right now. People are making YouTube channels, tech YouTube channels, that get thousands of views, and all they do is they just promote shitty, spammy content that takes literally minutes to generate. And then there's voice actors as well, you know. Those people don't get jobs because all their fucking shit's AI. You know, there's game companies even automating voice of video games. It's fucking fucked. I sound like I'm really, but I'm very serious. I pay attention to the world and everything that happens. You know, I hear about it. I see it. I'm a college student. I'm not saying the world's shit or the world's falling apart and everything's over and we're fucked. I'm just saying what I observe. So, you know, objectively, we can all agree AI has taken over a lot of things. It has made certain opportunities harder for some people, better for others, worse for others. It's done a serious divide of change. Yeah, Trump's tariff Trump's situation ain't even good either. He's been, he's probably here. He's hurt opportunities for my family, and I voted for him. But that's life now, I guess. It feels like this world is just a fucking crazy mess, and it's like insanity. So it's my little fucking rant.
That should help you get...
Yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm just trying to think how to break out of the cycle. Part of the solution or do something productive. You know, I respect people like Dark Viper AU. They promote authenticity. You know, they make good GTA content. You know, I'm not providing because he's one with an ethical standard. He's talked about how reaction content is not good for the YouTube community because it's a low effort content that exploits off people's work, and he's pretty moral about that. I respect his position. I think even if you don't agree with it, you have to respect. You know, he came from just being a fucking he started out with just being a random GTA 5 speedrunner streamer, and now he made something with his audience. Something productive, and I respect it. So one of the reasons why he is probably my favorite YouTuber, GTA YouTubers. Putter, you know, recently I tried to I did some donation to his stream, like not like to him particularly, but like St. Jude's, and like $5, and I was like wanted to like get his opinion. If he answered, I would have donated more. Not to say I should donate anyway. I do stuff in real life that I contribute to other things. Plus, we're tight on money, so you know, food, shelter, stuff like that. So I do give back to the community now. I do give back to students in need with the program I run. So you know, I support children always. But just to say, I just didn't like his. I didn't like. What is it? I just didn't like his behavior. I didn't like Putter.
Make sure you
He just like said my name when he said my name wrong. Okay. He didn't even read it proper. Like he read everybody else's name right, but then he corrected it way later. And I tried to ask him questions, and clearly he would see it. He's not a huge Twitch streamer that the chat's flying out like every second. No, he read everybody else's comment except mine. And I was asking him like, what are your tips to be a YouTuber? What is your blah blah blah? Like productive questions. I was asking him about his like thoughts and some things, and just you know, they didn't get nothing. They didn't get any productive answers. I just wanted to know like some things from him. I even applied to be part of Putter Uncut in one of his editors, and I didn't get. I was asking about the status on it. I was also asking about his Discord server, because his Discord, it's just empty. I was like wondering, I was asking him about it, and it just seemed like every time I asked something, he just skip over it. So it's not like I'm trying to harass him or anything. I'm just asking a question, pretty basic question. I wasn't a fan of that. Yeah.
Ahoy there!
I literally like unsubscribed from him. I'm also a huge fan. I don't know. I just lost a lot of respect. I try to like talk to him and shit, and he didn't want to like give me a response. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so
I just felt really unimportant to him. Like I was just like a blimp.
Lots of stuff to see,
Like he didn't care about his followers.
and probably some people to help. So make sure
that's just how I felt. So I just like unsubscribed to him. I unfollowed him. I watched Putter. I watched those roleplay streams so many times.
But I couldn't shake
stupid amount of time. Like, I watched every video. Like majority of my history on YouTube, a lot of it was his streams, because I'd play in the background while I was like busy or doing something. Just because it's just like it's like watching a TV show and just like chilling, just chill. And I still like his stuff, don't get me wrong. I still watch his streams occasionally and stuff. But I don't know, and that made me really feel shitty because I was like, I was trying to build a connection with the guy, and I wasn't asking a very crazy question. I was just like, hey, wonder if you can say thank you this one, like nothing, bro.
Take it from me. The best way to take out the alien invaders is by using build attacks.
So maybe I'll follow it or whatever. I don't know, bro. I just whatever. Yeah, I just felt, as a supporter of his channel and, a big fan, it felt like I just wasn't acknowledged at all. Like, he messed up my name, didn't really say, hey, sorry about that, nothing, just like, yeah, whatever. I just felt like when I did it, he did it for the other guy. He was like, he actually stopped, like, what he's doing and actually answered it. But the moment it was just like, just not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah. Misa likes eating pizza. Misa knows. Couple of my favorite gaming YouTubers are, well, two, I'd say. One is Vanos Gaming, and secondly is Game Grumps. I've watched Game Grumps for years. I love their content. I've seen a lot of controversy about them, not particularly, but some people in the group, like pro Jared, and how fucking he cheated on the Ross O'Donovan's wife. His wife cheated on with that guy. What the fuck? And then the whole fiasco with the JonTron and JonTron and Aaron, because they did found Game Grumps together, and after like a year, all of a sudden, just it seemed like it was brushed under the rug with the new host. And I actually do like Danny Avidan more. Not to say I don't like JonTron. I like JonTron for what he does. I think JonTron did better. I'm glad he left Game Grumps because he was able to do like really good shit. Like, his videos are so funny, and those are certainly some of my favorite YouTubers. But yeah, I would love to meet Aaron one day if I had to pick a YouTuber to talk with, that would be one. And if I had to pick one person who's wealthy, any wealthy person I could talk to, I would probably end up picking Elon Musk. As crazy as that sounds, the reason is because to run a rocket company and a car company,
You can build
as
your
much
own
as he does do shitty things, and I do not like him for that,
Just a suggestion.
I would like to pick his head to figure out what he knows, because this is a guy who's a genius. Now, I'm not saying he's the best guy ever, and currently if anything, he's hurt my family indirectly with the cuts. And I don't like his cars. But the reason is because he's one of those guys, you listen to him, you tell him something, and you realize this guy knows something I don't know. He's the dude smart as hell. And so that's particularly why I would want to meet him, because he does know shit, I would say. But yeah, that's who I would. Yeah, Elon Musk. But yeah, another made a world leader. If I had to meet one world leader in the world, it could be anybody. Man, I mean, President of the United States. No, I want to meet somebody who's, I would love to meet like the Queen of England. That would be awesome. I'd love be fucking cool. I would like that. The King and Queen of England, that would be cool. I don't know, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, you know. I don't agree with Musk, and look, I'm all for fucking Nancy Tesla, whatever. Cause I don't like what he's doing. And I hope this. I sold all my stock in the company recently, but like, I do respect one thing about Elon. The guy, he's extremely resilient. Let me give you an example. Before he became the most hated man in America, when he started his rocket company, it was one of the most riskiest ventures I've ever seen in business. For a company there was no other company at the time that produces in-house and manufactures rockets independently in the United States. And America was entirely dependent on international rockets. And a lot of these rockets would be so expensive and we wouldn't be able to reuse them again. Elon is the reason why that exists. I don't think Tesla's great, but if you have to say one thing Elon has brought to humanity that's actually good, is his rocket company. There's a reason why. I don't see that guy. It's not easy to do that shit. I don't care if you know everything in the world. Running a rocket company is one of the riskiest things ever. Because, you know, it's expensive, but if you figure it out, especially at his time, people were so skeptical. People were betting on him to fail. Even astronauts, people in the government. And when he was, you know, Biden was like not acknowledging him at all for what he did, creating American cars, creating American rockets. All of a sudden, when he had the opportunity to become part of the limelight with Trump's thing, very smart decision, in my opinion. He used that attention as like, hey, remember back then, whenever you told me this was not possible, this was not doable, you couldn't do this. Hey, look, now I'm with the government. I have rockets. I have rockets that land in themselves. I have rocket landing at clips. Like, you would never believe. If you told people today, back then in 2015, or whatever, 2000, whatever, that we would have American rockets, we would have rockets that land themselves, and no astronaut would believe you. There's famous astronauts that were documented that didn't, or they said they would never believe in Elon, and they didn't give a shit about him. And you know, this interview, I'm crying about it. Poor fucking Elon. Everybody sympathizes with him for that, man. Honestly, it's super fucking sad. You know? But, you know, that's just how things are. But it's just interesting because it's a story of how fucking resilient the guy is. You have to respect that. There's no, if you can work that kind of hours, and you can create almost a company that everybody deems impossible, you have to be built different. You are not a normal person. I'm not saying that's not even like a normal entrepreneur. You know, making a rocket company wasn't the most profitable option first. It was almost secondary. And when he created Tesla, no, not Tesla, SpaceX, it was almost doomed to fail, but he made it work. You gotta respect that. And that's it. That's my 2 cents on Elon. My political views. Almost everything now associated, if you talk about him, any bad or good opinion about Elon, good or bad, objectively, is almost now political. I'm not political about this. And objectively, I'm giving a compliment, but I'm also acknowledging his flaws. So, as much as he done good things, is he also affected us? Yes. Okay, and if anything, I've seen it more affecting me and my family. But all I can say is, out of respect, I would like to meet the guy and pick his brain, figure out what he knows about business, because he knows how to make money, and he's pretty to create such a big bodacious goal and then make it work in reality. What SpaceX can do is insane. You can name every business person out there, CEO of MasterCard, Vanguard, Blackguard, whatever. All these people do the same kind of similar work as every CEO, but and they just keep on doing the normal stuff. But some people, they do stuff that changes the world permanently. Like Elon Musk, he made it possible for space age to even happen. Made it possible for astronauts to come back to Earth. He made it profitable for space and satellite companies to provide internet in low access communities and provide internet all across areas, including every area. I do admire that. It's not easy to do. So that's my little podcast here.